Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen, and we are going to be doing a book in front of you, The Ink House by Rory Dobner. I've done most of the pages in here. We're down to 3 double page spreads and 1 final picture. So this is one of the double pages we have not finished yet. It's the little mouse down here with a little letter reading a little book. It's got books in the background, a window that is in the house, and the ink bottle here. Now, if you wonder what do you mean by the house, I'll get the picture of the big house. It's this window, I believe, here is the only one that is in that pattern. So he's in the library over here on this side of the house. Okay. So the window is here. On the outside of the house, I just left it kind of blank and uncolored, but I'm not going to do that on the inside of the house, so I will have to probably change the outside of the house. I'm going to do this with some distress ink. I'm going to do it in 2 tones of blue, 1 tone of purple. We're going to have a little fun here, and then we will see how the page ends up. I have my fingers crossed. For most of the time when I do a picture, I can get it done the way I like it. So I did a little test drive to make sure I could color over these areas after I've inked. So you can either do it before or after, but because I'm going to use a light color shading this, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to do it before or after. But since this is lead in between the stained glass pieces, I just grabbed some Lightfast pencils, which have become a favorite of mine, in black, midnight black, and platinum. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take a section here. We'll go here. We're going to color this area in the black, and up here he's already giving you kind of the areas that are the darkest. And we're going to take the platinum and color the lighter area in here. And that is how we're going to color those. But I'm not exactly sure how the blue or the inks are going to go on top of the Lightfast. I have not really tested it that much. We're going to do the areas in different tones. So we're going to have some purple, then we're going to have some blues, and it's all going to be, the lead is going to be on top of it. So I'm going to test this little area here. We're going to do this little section in purple just to see how it works on top of the pencil. So I inked up that corner, and I'm going to just draw it right there on that part of the windowsill and color it in. And that was what I was thinking, that we might have a little problem trying to get it in there perfectly. So I'm just going to go in and darken that up by adding a little more ink, and then we'll set some up over here, going around that candle, and some up here at the top. Okay, now I'm going to see if it's going to be easier for me to just color on top. That's pretty wet, but it did muddy up my coloring there. So we'll see what we can do up here. If we put the black on it after the ink is done, I think that might be a better way of doing it. I'm going with the platinum, and that does brighten up there if you put a little pressure on it, more so than I think this did. So between the darkening up of those and the lightening, I think I like this one better, and it's going to be easier. So I'm going to continue with the purple here, and if you can see the whole top of the book, there we go. We're just going to I'll put some in, like over here, blend it around. I don't care if I have little circles here because stained glass is not perfect. If you don't like those circles, I'm putting too much pressure on it, but you can just put more ink on and work that ink around a little bit and you will lose those circles. Always remember that the distress ink will lighten as it dries. So don't be concerned about putting too much at the beginning. Okay, and I'm just going to blend it into the other areas because the purple can mix with the blue that I'm going to be putting in too. There we go. That gives us a nice blobby area. Now I'm going to put in some stormy sky because that's a nice dark blue. We'll go around this bottle here and let that blend in with the purple. Go down here. I should probably put a piece of paper there so I don't mess that up too much. Let's see, do I have a piece of paper? Put that ink over there. Just rest that there. There we go. And we have to get into the corner of that page. We'll worry about that a little later. Get it on that line there. And then go over here. Like I said, I put it too hard there, and we'll just go over with some more ink and get rid of that big circle. There we go. And some over here. Whoops, I think I went down too far. We got to get up a little higher. Okay. I'm going to add in some lighter blue. I'm going to use the same ink pad because we're blending ink and blue go together. So this is a lighter blue. I should say brighter. I have to put the paper that I just used here behind here. There we go. Some up here at the top. Some over here in the corner. Try to get it down in that area. Okay. This side. Books. We don't want to get too much in that pages, so I gotta be real careful on that side. And I kind of want to leave it in this area lighter because the candle's going to be there. Go up by these little feet, in between those feet, and off the edge here. There we go. If you think you need a little more purple in there, add some more purple. If you want darker blue, add the darker blue. If it gets loud here in a minute, we're having a storm. The window are closed, but we have rain just bucketing down, and we have had thunder and lightning. So if you hear something and hear me squeal, it's the thunder. I don't like thunder. Okay, we're gonna get some purple in here too. We're just gonna mix these colors up so it'll look more like a stained glass effect than a bunch of blue and purple splats on the paper. Let's get that a little purpler. Here we go. And a little more over here. Want to get it next to those books. Don't want it too close. Okay, I think that's about good. All right. Now, if you're coloring along and don't want to do the little teeny bits that I'm doing, you can go in here with your black markers and just go over this whole thing in black. But I'm going to go through each one of these and color around in the darker areas. Right now I'm using the Midnight Black, which in this set is kind of a bluish black, which will go nicely with this. So I'll be switching between the Midnight Black and Black. And I'm also going to bring in a little darker purple, which I'll have to find, and just kind of darken a portion of these little glass panes. So we'll do that, and then we'll add in now this is platinum, just to lighten up those areas and make that look more like a metal lead. I don't know if you want to see that just a bit closer, but that's kind of a cool effect. So I'll be doing that on all of that. Just going in. And then taking the platinum on top of it. I don't know if you want to see all of that on camera, but that is what I'm going to do on all of that going across. Then I'll show you what I do with the glass part. Okay, played around with some colors. So we're going to do the denim in the dark blue areas. So we'll just go under these lips a little bit and just bring it out and darken each one of those a little. Only on one side to give it a little depth there. Okay, on the purple, we're going to use purple, but we're also going to use a little heather in case I need to lighten it. So like some of these are lighter than others. So purple will go up here on the dark area. And just darken up some of these pieces. Okay, on the lighter ones, or if you want to get that lighter, we're bringing in the heather. But some of these are really light, like this one is going to have two colors on it, so we'll light and in on the place we did not get any ink, we're going to color in those areas too. It's not a perfect match, but when you blend the two, we'll get it there. Okay, bring some of that out into the color. And then bring the purple in into the back part. And onto the heather. And we'll just blend it in. Bring the heather back in. And if you want it even lighter, you can just bring in a white. I'm just going to grab the Prisma because we're mixing all sorts of stuff here. And that'll blend it even nicer there. You can also put some sparkle in some of those little windows. Okay, so I'm going to go around and do that along with all the bits and bobs on the outside. Did I show the blue, the lighter blue? I don't know. This one is mid ultramarine. Okay, and we're going to add that in here. And that goes nicely with that light blue color. And then if you want to darken any of the edges, just to make it a little bit deeper, I can't even tell which one I was doing. I think this one. That is the denim that we're using. Just to darken that bit, and we can go in with a little bit of that heather here and blend it in with that blue too, since this one is a double shaded piece of glass. And again, if you want to add a little white in there just to blend those two together a bit better, you can add that in. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera off now, and we are going to just go around and get all the lead parts done, since we already inked up all the glass. And then I'll just add some shadows in where I think it needs to be. Usually it'll be under, depending on how dark the ink is in some areas. Okay, like this one's going to be dark down here because the ink is darker down here. So basically, however you colored it, inked it, is where you want to put the darkest stuff. This one's going to have the darker on this side and down here because there's an... Okay, here we are. We're done here. I darkened some areas. I went through here and did the lead work. Now here around the candle, I want to put a little yellow. Hopefully I'm not going to wiggle that camera up there. So I have squeezed lemonade and scattered straw, both of which could technically be a yellow. So I'm going to get, oh boy, I don't know if I have a yellow one. Let's see. I'm looking for an ink pad. I have green, I have blue, I have orange, I have purple. I have one of these, so I think I'll use one of these. And I'll get my little piece of paper here. And we're going to double check and see if there's any ink on this brush that's going to have a problem with some yellow. No. It looks yellowy. Okay. I'm going to get this inked up as much as I possibly can. And then we're going to go right into the candle area here and just lightly go around it. And what that's going to do is add the yellow in without any problems on my end. Go over everything, and since my other ink is mostly dry, it won't touch too much of it. I'm going to kind of go out a little bit. And yes, it's getting on the candle, but that's okay. There we go. Just want it to glow out here a little bit more than that, and that way our candle is lit. Okay, color-wise, we'll probably add, it's wet, but we will stick some white in here. I have to do that when it dries. The candle will be colored differently, and because it's yellow, we want to remember that that color might show through with the next color I put on top of it. So I want kind of a beigey candle coming down, so I want these tips white, and if I can't get it with the Prismacolor, I will do it with the Posca. We'll have kind of a brass candlestick coming down. Ink here and the ink here are going to be the same color, so I have to figure out what color ink we want in the spot there. I'm just going to tear this, sorry, the books here. So if we put it right about there and right about there, kind of goes up, so maybe we'll fold that, see if we can get it right there. I am going to put in a little bit of, and I want my other brown. Yeah, I should have grabbed all of these. There we go. This one. This is gathered twigs. Going to grab a brown ink pad, take off the blue one, add that one. It's got a little bit of red in it, so we're going to try to get some of that out. Okay. So I ink up like one corner of the pad here, and what I'm going to do is ink up this half and use that half up here. And we're going to go right on the pages, and just the pages, not the binding. So if I pull it down far enough, we'll get it in the page part, and we'll just bring it across and then go up. And then we get these old page look here, and we're just going to go around and do that. Should still have enough ink on here. On all pages. Boom, ba-doom, boom. I'm not going to put any more ink on this. Just going to use what is on here. Okay. This one. Let me go this way. There we go. Got a little red shown in there, but that's okay. These are pages 2. I think there's a touch of it right there, and that's another piece I've missed. Have to fix that up. Don't think I need the for that piece. So now we have our pages done. That'll lighten up a little bit. So all we have to do is color in our book covers. What are they called? I'm going to try to do the same thing down here. Need to do this corner first. Can we see what I'm doing? I better move this up a little. Yep. Okay, we're going to do the letter. So we're going to kind of get it there and hope this works out. We're going to get the same ink, and we're going to do that like the corner, the darkest here. So I'll put a little color in the corner. And we'll try to get this little corner over here. I'm going to try to draw it right up that side without getting too much on the table. Okay, go up this side, across the top, and just kind of in it. Make one spot that's a little darker. Draw it across like a line. There. Okay. Now we have the paper done. Like I said, these will dry a little lighter, and depending on what color I want that tablecloth, that's okay. Be like a shadow. What else can we do here that we're just gonna ink that up a little bit. A little in the feather. We can put a little in here because we're going to turn that brown anyway. Go up the center. Might be a good color to put on the candle too. Throw a little there. We have Owl here. And Owl is in the back of the book here. Let's see what I did, Owl. He's wearing little boots and he's brown, so his fur can also be, or his feet, his fluff Can also have a little of this brown in here. So we'll just fluff it up there. Get it on his toes. There. Okay. A little more there. Boom, okay. The cup can have a little shadow on it, so we're just gonna remember where our color is. Color that in and put a little of that on the plate. Nice little shadow on that. Oh, his page is in his book. Okay. Remember our little corner there? Set it in the big, the dent, the binding, and then just get it so it looks a little older. Now he's got pages the same color. All right. Let's see what we can do with that candle now. When our candle is burning, we're going to have a little bit of a blue flame down here, so we can stick a little blue in there. We'll get an orange color. Help that out with the flame. This is called Flame. How about that? Boom. Flame. That'll work. Okay. Bring a little of that down in here too. It'll be a sparkle coming down on our candle holder. All right. I'm going to take my Prisma white and we're going to add some, we're going to see if we can add some white coming down the candle. Blend that in a little bit, and that can be our candle. I'll have to get down there a little closer, maybe add a little more shading in there. I don't think I have a brown out. We can do the, let's see what we got here. Gold, and we're gonna go around in here. Add that in. There's a rim up here somewhere. Okay, this is Golden Sun. And then I want to brown in that. So I got a chestnut, so we'll try a little of that out on this shadow. There we go. Just blend that in a little. We can use this, I think, for a little bit of shadowing up in here too. Okay. I wonder if we can use that. I'm going to move the camera all over the place. So sorry. Take this and just add in some shadows in this paper. Under here. Okay. Maybe a little in here in this also. Really lightly. And we'll do it on his paper down here too. And we'll add a little tiny bit of this on his nose and in his ear. I don't know if that's the front of an ear or back of an ear. I gotta think about that one. We'll make it the front of his ear. Put a little bit more of a line there. Okay, I'm going to add a little white in that. Whatever color is in my white, I want gone. Then we'll just blush that out a little. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, and the watch. We'll put a little of that in the watch here too. I'm going to get the two golds in there also. I don't know which one I grabbed. This one is the Golden Sun. And then we'll go in with the gold. A little darkness on the inside in here. There we go. Boom. Okay. Let's see. see, book covers can all be different colors. I think there's a little journal back here and I didn't get a page done on him. Whoops. We have a journal here. We got our little bug here with his paper. And then our cup, our pencil, and that. What I'm going to do is go ahead and stop this video now and do a part 2 so I can figure out what color I want to do the table. I think it's going to be a simple table. I have this page to finish and in this book, and I have whatever I'm going to do with this page. I have Mary Shelley, the turtle with the teacups, and then I have the last page, and that's it. So I kind of want to take my time figuring out what I want to do on the bottom half of this page and what color I want those. So that's what I'm going to do. So there will be a part 2 to this, and I hope you guys are enjoying. I think the window turned out pretty cool, and the books are looking good. So we will see you in part 2. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Really light coming through there. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will be right back.